previously on Perfect Plex.
Last week's show, we had no interest in this match.
No, we didn't.
We had no interest in this match, and I feel so bad because I'm not a Serena fan, but I know that she can go. I'm a fan of Thunder Rosa. Please, just lock the doors.
Good shit. JR be just making up shit and lying.
He do be fucking lying. Yo.
He be lying. He said, this is the greatest match. This is the greatest pay-per-view I've ever called.
You lying.
You call Rock in Austin. 17.
Taker
double or
and
nothing.
HBK hell in a cell.
Hold on, I'm doing one of your numbers. Fuck that. I gotta stand up. Are you serious, JR? Are you serious, bro? Ass, JR, stop the bullshit.
Shit. This ain't peanut butter and jelly. Like, be happy. You want to. You have to take. No. This is the thing. You can't satisfy black wrestling fans. You can't.
You can't
Because
satisfy
literally,
no
look what the comment was.
No
we had what, 6 or 7 African Americans on AEW last night.
They're always
And
in the
it's
same
still an
kind
issue.
of scenarios, though, Dice. That's the point. The point is, where's the individual standout talent of their black? They're always outside of Jay Cardell. That's supposed to be established beforehand.
Okay then. So we're not doing that then, and I will take Kenny Omega.
Okay. The fact you would take Kenny Omega first star AEW tells me right there your draft's already going to suck because Kenny Omega's ass.
When I hear those names back to back, I'm like, that's how I'm just sitting like, wait, what? All right, so what did I have again? What did I have again?
Ruby, Soho. Ruby, Soho.
Yeah. Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're all what you getting in. Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, this a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You can call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go!
And what you're getting into, it's Perfect Plex Talk Radio right here on Unpopular Reviews. I am your host, the Tribal Chief, Mike Knoxxx. And indeed, I spelled my name with 3 X's because frankly, like your baby mama and the whore you dated, she knows why I'm hardcore. People, listen, we got a lot to talk about today. What a week in wrestling, but I digress. I have nothing else to say, but I bring it to my tag team partner who's going to give you a little bit more something that I'm going to reserve for later in this program. Yo, Giddy Moose, tell them who you are, man.
You know who the boy is, man. It's your boy, that Die Man, a.k.a. the Almighty, a.k.a. Dice Man Holla, a.k.a. Mr. Z is Solid, a.k.a. the Shang Tsung of this shit, a.k.a. the Apprentice of Thanos, a.k.a. your mama's favorite daddy. Hold up, you thought I forgot, a.k.a. Big Champ in the chat. Kids for those not in the know. A.k.a. Mr. Sidekick to the Slammy holding guy.
What's going on, brother? How you doing today, my man?
I'm mad. Madness is fucking me right now, yo. So, you know, I had to cuss EA out.
They didn't get in. They couldn't help.
They couldn't help me.
They couldn't help you out. That's a shame. This Matt and Beta got people breaking up like 2K got friendships breaking up. But people, why digress? This is a wrestling show, and oh, what a week in wrestling! The Almighty Dice, and we're talking about. I mean, what an explosion by Mr. 1MJF. I mean, I don't even know.
I want you to fire me, you fucking Mark.
I mean, you've been calling that for a year. Was it a work? I mean, I believe I called it from the beginning that it was a work, but you know, it's wrestling. Art imitates life, and I love it. Also this week, I mean, we got a pay-per-view that I didn't even know came on until like Wednesday, Thursday night. They were even held in itself. I thought it was like the week after. I'm serious. I had no clue what came on. But what WWE does, okay, in this situation, when it's a pay-per-view, you think it should be a throwaway, which I still think Hell in a Cell should be a throwaway premium live event. It was actually pretty good. We're going to talk about that as well. And Dice, it's your boy, AJ Styles, MJ birthday. That's the 45 for y'all who's not in the know. And also, I mean, damn, the summer of Punk ain't going to have a summer at all. Maybe it's the spring of Punk, perhaps. Maybe, whatever's next for him. Let's talk about that. And also the tag team draft is today. We've been putting in work with y'all, having our own, first it was, stables, right? Then we went with best men, best women. Now it's time for the tag teams. My favorite part of pro wrestling, which really doesn't exist today. But Dice, where do you want to start at today, my brother?
You know what? Let's go. Let's get right into the review of wrestling because it was definitely jam-packed. And let's get the small talk out of the way because that's what it is. The small talk. Let's get the small talk out of the way.
So I'm assuming, right, what you call small talk would be one of, this.
That can't lace my goddamn boots!
You think that's small talk? I mean, that was like, I want to be a Mark. Like, I'm gonna play Mark today, right? Like, y'all watch First and 10. Y'all watch First Take, right? Y'all watch all this bullshit. Now you're listening to some greatness here. Okay, I'm gonna play the side that they play. Pros and cons, introvert, extroverts. I don't know how the hell you do because nobody's an introvert over this show.
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck either is.
But
I'm not gonna.
I know what I am right now, and I'm gonna be a Mark for this because I thought that promo was explosive. It was not my words. It was Nietzsche who said, and I went back and watched it several times. It was exactly the pipe bomb mixed with the Miz's Daniel Bryan Smack Talk promo with a little bit of Ric Flair in there from WCW. Fire me! No, I'm fine. All that was wrapped up in the one. I gotta say, as I said, art imitates life. This is a real life situation. He's really not happy. What's going on? All right. So what's the best thing to do in wrestling? You bring it to life. They're bringing us to life, Dice. And right now, without crossing reference, but crossing reference, without that man Punk in the building, I gotta say, should MJF be the one they put that strap on and bring him back to the television program sooner than later, sir?
No, should be Wardlow.
Should be
it should be Wardlow.
The backdrop. I thought you said Wardlow. Off air when I kind of sort of mentioned that. You said, well, too soon.
It's too soon, but let's be serious now. Like if AEW,
serious for a moment.
If I can be serious for a moment, AEW wants you to believe that they have a ranking system, and wins losses matter to them, and their company wins losses.
Well,
matter.
WWE's going to adopt that very soon. I'm hearing. I've been a part of a couple of polls recently, and they keep asking that question.
So they are trying to lead us to believe that matters to them.
Mm-hmm.
Wardlow was like top 5 in record, honestly. His
like
record is
50-2 or 50-1, something like that.
Yeah, his record is
the only loss is the loss to Punk, which if you saw the match, he destroyed CM Punk. It's when I actually turned my head and said, okay, this guy is that damn good. And Wardlow. Okay, hence why I wanted to trade last week's pick, which, let me just ask you, side note. Can we make that trade today? Can I trade you Chris Jericho for Wardlow?
No, I'm still not taking it.
Fuck, you offered me to trade.
My roster is built for the future. Your roster was built for the now.
My roster is built, and now listen. Okay, carry on. So you say Wardlow over this guy? I'm sorry, this guy, right? For all intent purposes, and I gotta just say this as wrestling fans. Like, there's always that disclaimer, right? Can I just say, wrestling fans, stop with the whole he will. Miz can't lace his boots. Yes, Micah Lee and Huggo, 2 of the newer people I'm calling out most importantly. You can tag him and all you want to, King Vaughn Jr. 720 on Twitter. Backstage, always helping me out. Listen to me, okay? He is 26 years old. It's like watching a young basketball player come up, right? Like, not so much too soon. He even said this. I'm 26 years old and I'm the best thing in your company. I'm sorry, DJ. I thought this MJF explosion, I got to put up there with top 5 all time. I'm serious. I'm not saying it's number 1. I don't think it's a, I do think because
did you just use my government name?
I said Dice Man. I didn't use your government name.
DJ is my government name. That's
But I've actually said that before in the air. That's not like what you call me by my real government name. Okay, let's not go there, government. Listen, can the FBI get off of this program, please? Skynet, please deactivate. Okay, but give this man the title. I don't think just yet, but I think you got to bring him back. You got to bring him back because the promo was all that and then some, Dice. I don't care about it. Was it a work? Was it another work? We know if you're an intelligent person in this program, you know it was a work. Like, don't make Dice get up and walk away. And don't make me take off a t-shirt. Okay? It was a work. Okay? But right now, these two are the best for your money. Not Moxley. You bring this man back with Punk being hurt. I mean, this Punk's gone for a while. He's gone. Let it go. I tell my son all the time.
I am all for this. I am all for give it to the Redeemer.
I've been for Miro.
Give it to the Redeemer.
I'm
all for that.
But I don't think they respect Miro enough. I mean, they damn sure don't respect Johnny Elite, right? Like, you could have put anybody in that spot to get Miro to whoop their ass. Why you put Drip should be ashamed of it. I get WWE, let him go. Okay, but Johnny Drip was way over than Johnny Elite can ever be. We're talking about Drip, not Mundos or all the other things greatly. We're talking about Drip.
Wait, Johnny Mundo, and Johnny Impact were pretty. They were pretty fucking over.
Right, I'm not talking about them two. That's why I didn't mention them. I say I use Drip exclusively versus Elite. Okay, because the fans are like, oh yeah, he's Elite now, baby. Right, we got him, and now he's out here jobbing. Okay, and Drip had Drip being sold because my little young daughter, who I didn't like, she wanted a Drip stick. I was like, no, baby girl, you can't have that. You can't. That's like when the song came out, make him say, I told my wife the first time I heard this, I said, baby, he's keeping in people's mouth. She said, oh shit, he is. No, every time I heard a girl playing that song, it was like, okay, make them say, that. Watch the video, Dice. They're popping the champagne.
I know what they're doing. They're pouring champagne in bitches' mouths. I know, but I'm just
I loved it. So Drip, listen, so back to this man. These two on the screen. The most two over guys in their company. I get Miro, not yet, because Miro's not as over as these two. You gotta strike while the iron's hot. And the iron's hot with these two, Dice.
I'm just saying, if it came down to it, as much fire that MJF has right now, right? There is something about a guy the size of Wardlow who carries a larger than life personality that strikes fear into people that hear that he's a pro wrestler. He's MJF doesn't seem intimidating when you say I'm a pro wrestler. You look at Wardlow, you like, oh, he must pro wrestle. I'm just saying, that's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if you give the microphone to either one of these two, Wardlow's, he's not a talker. Sometimes you don't have to be a talker all the time. But in today's society, they expect you to be a talker. Sometimes less is more. In Wardlow's case, less has been more. And
I'm gonna say
I don't think that he needs
Jay
one.
Cardell doesn't have. I mean, she does have a mouthpiece, but she was getting over without it. Certain people don't need it.
I think Wardlow's a big enough persona where he does not.
Goldberg didn't need it, and he said three words. Who's next? 2 words, right? Occasionally he would talk a little. He made a little. Remember, he was
who's next? Yeah. You're next.
Like Gilbert. Shout out to the friend of the program. All right, so I'm liking that, but I just think, man, I'm sorry. I said here, and our friend Scott Thomas. Okay, anti-WWE. Scott, just call a spade a spade. All right, and I'll whoop your ass in some spades, by the way. Okay, but just call a spade a spade. You hate WWE products. You just hate it. You watch it to shit on it, and it's okay. You have that right. They giving you nothing to cheer for, in your opinion. But this guy,
make sure he hoards all that money so he can give it to all the new ex-WWE guys he keeps bringing in.
Who can't lace my boots, he says.
First of all, everybody that is ex-WWE that is backstage, name me somebody that he's better than. He's not better than Miro. He's not better than Moxley. He's not better than Danielson. He's not better than Punk.
I'm not backstage. I'm not backstage. So let's just I'm actually just rewind a little bit and slow down because you asked the question and I'm front and center. Okay, and your green screen's messing up, my brother. Every time you move, I don't know what's going on with your camera. It's normally not that bad. It's the virtual one. Okay, I'm not used to you doing that.
I hate it.
Okay, all right. So just some of the names you mentioned again, and I apologize. I heard you say Punk. I think he is better than Punk right now, and we can see that. Punk's gone. So he's better than Punk already.
Okay. call. Okay, take
By
Punk
default.
off. Everybody else that I name, he's not better than. He's not better than Miro. He's
Slow
not
down.
better than
Slow
Moxley.
down. Slow down. I want to debate that real fast, please. I'm gonna tell you why he's better than Miro. And you know, let's be real. Keep it a bean. You know how much I love me some Rusev. Before the Rusev day, all that bullshit came along, I love Miro. I'll tell you months ago, year ago, put the rocket ship to him. I'm gonna tell you why he's better than Miro. The same problem Miro has always had. He's just a monster. Right? And although those storylines like MJ, no, I get that, but Wardlow's and it's different in how how wrestling is perceived. And like how you know what I mean? I'm just Wardlow's taller, bigger, and he speaks perfectly English. It's not the accent that he has. Okay. That's why he was pressed with when he was the Russian brute. Yes, that Rusev, absolutely. Miro he needs a mouthpiece. Someone like Taz would do him well. You know what I'm saying? Someone like Taz would do him. Even better yet, I know they wouldn't do it, but your guy Ricky Starks would help him out a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because Miro is a monster. So MJF is better than him because he can talk. I'm not talking about just in-ring ability. You got to understand something. When it comes to this company, I know it's about all elite wrestling, right? But it's still entertainment. They still got to be able to tell a story. Your second one you said was Moxley. You know I'm a Moxley guy. I think it's debatable that MJF is better than him. There it is. We saw the whole green screen, the back of the house. We see the Coke bottle on the floor. There's the pack of Newports. We got that there. Bring your punk ass. Turn your punk ass
bullshit.
Over.
That's bullshit. That is bullshit. That's bullshit. That is bull. You are not.
He's better than Tony Nese.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's not.
He is. I know you, and you hate what everybody likes. And it takes you I'm a stubborn son of a bitch. But if I'm a stubborn son of a bitch, you a stubborn son of a grandma bitch or something. Whatever will come next with that, because
absolutely
you just don't.
Not.
Yes. Wow.
I'm not even a Moxley guy, and I'm telling you that MJF ain't better than Moxley.
And no, right now we're talking about hot like fire. Aaliyah would say. Okay, he's hot right now. You got to strike while the striking is good. It's the same thing when Punk was going through his thing. When Flair went to that thing in WCW, it put him back on the map. And nobody wanted to see Flair do a damn thing. A single thing. Not a damn thing that nobody wants to see Flair do, but it put him back in the spotlight.
Yesterday's prices are not today's prices.
And I keep telling you, that's a stupid fucking line, because yes, we know they are. It's called inflation. I hate that Fat Joe says that. That's so fucking stupid.
It's so true. And for those at home, say it with me. Yesterday's prices are not today's prices.
Again, that's stupid because it's called inflation. Okay? I like MJF, and I think he's hot right now, God. Now you got me speaking New York.
It's interesting. Where were you guys? Where were you guys this whole weekend when you were calling me an unprofessional piece of shit?
And that's to his fan base, right? Because they were all for Sasha Banks and them walking out. But they thought he left his company. They thought that shit was real. They booed that man mercifully. Remember how bad Roman got booed when he came back and didn't speak? It wasn't quite that level, but it was like right there. Because that was after Mania. You can't beat that crowd. But it was like right there. That's their Mania. And he got booed throughout the building. So I'm saying, you got to strike while the striking is good, but we know it's a work. What we got next on the program? Enough of MJF. We did have, let's talk about it since we're in AEW right now. We do got the champion. He is going to relinquish the title. They're using it as an interim title, right? Which I like that. UFC does that a lot, right? Where he comes back, he's still champion. They're going to fight for the belt. Whoever's the champion, he gets a number. What the fuck? He just disappeared.
I'm here.
He disappears to the title shot. What's your take?
I get the UFC vibes that they're giving with this, right? Because this is strictly a UFC vibe type thing, which is cool.
Your dude Sammy Cabral had it. They did it for him too, by the way. Or Cody. They did. One of them two had it like that.
I just want to let you know that you every week on this show you mispronounce his name is Guevara. Not Kavara. Guevara.
Oh, Guevara. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Guevara.
Now I know. You've been connecting me a long time.
But yeah, it's definitely, I like the vibes that they give with it. But at the same time,
Of course it is.
This is the stupidness that I see with this, because he's estimated for 6 weeks. He's estimated for 6 weeks to be gone. You don't need him defending a title for 6 weeks. Like, you could easily bring more prestige to this championship by not having him defend it within those 6 weeks. Your pay-per-views are like what, every 3 months?
They
or
have like 3
that?
months. Like,
So what do you care? Like, it makes no sense.
Dennis, listen, I know. In the words of, let's keep it to the hood. All right. A dime bag in the day used to call you $10. That dime bag today costs you $20. Okay. A quarterback for you little weed smokers out there, not me, whoever you're out there smoking, used to cost you $25. Today, that thing costs you $40. I get that today's prices ain't yesterday's prices. I get that, but it should be. It's just like somebody out there, the crackhead that sold food stamps. Hey, give me 50, I'll give you 100. That's a stupid deal. Okay? That's a stupid deal. Okay? That's all I want to say. I understand it. What's going on, Dice? Go back to it. Yes, he walked off already, dog. He walked off already.
No, I'm
hates
just saying,
MJF
like,
so much.
if you want, I don't hate MJF. I don't see what's so great about him when he barely wrestles, but he's talking about somebody who can barely
wrestles.
Like, come on, stop it. Get out of here. He barely wrestles. Look at his record. Look at his record, bro.
Roman barely. Sometimes it's not about what's in the ring. I've always had to explain that to people. I've been trying to teach that for 14 years. It's not about the in ring all the time. That's only part of the story. It's a great part. It's what gets you moved in. It's what captivates you, but it's not what makes that person progressive. And when you think about it, any wrestling fan out here, if your guy stays stagnant, like what's the Intercontinental champion now? Who's going to go against Gunther? What's his name?
Ricochet.
Ricochet.
That band name.
Right, exactly. That's my point. All right. That's stagnant. Ricochet can only wrestle. He came to the Nelson. Gives a fake smile. Right? Go play the video game somewhere. Talking about a guy waiting to get released. Okay. Okay. But
wait. Do you really just make that comparison? That's not.
I'm talking about.
So now.
What comparison do you think I made? I know for a fact you misread everything I just
said.
said.
Now what we're doing, are we looking
I'm an I.
Are we looking for somebody who can wrestle? Or are we looking for somebody? Oh, he's a good talker. He's a good talker. That's a great wrestler.
It's always been a total package. It's the reason why guys like Barry Windham won't be in anybody's top 10 because he wasn't the greatest talker. There's reasons for those things.
He wasn't a great wrestler.
You're outside your core, and you don't. Now you're 100% wrong. To say Barry Windham wasn't a great wrestler, no, you're completely.
You got to be
wrong.
a top 20. Do you have him in the top 20?
If we're talking about in the ring, after square, like what you want to always go to, absolutely.
Oh, now you want to go what I always go to.
No, I say if you go with it, there's levels like onions, like Shrek. We all got layers. There's onions to wrestling. There's guys like Chris Benoit didn't have to fucking talk. Dean Malenko, I couldn't stand.
But now you're telling me a guy.
What I said
but
was.
Now he needs a
what I said
package?
was that he can do everything. You say he doesn't wrestle. I say he doesn't have to wrestle. This man doesn't have to wrestle to get over, and that's a rarity in wrestling. The thing to go out and wrestling is to get the audience. Get the audience attention. No one has their attention more than this guey. No one in that company.
Which brings me to my point that I said 2 weeks ago. He is not a wrestler. He is a wrestling personality.
You did say that. It got tweeted and everything.
Paul Heyman can put more asses in seats and he doesn't wrestle. So we're not going to sit here. You're not going to sit here and tell me that MJF is a great wrestler and nobody can lace his boots who came from the WWE over to AEW. Like, you can't do that. Like, that until he is consistent in the ring. Outside of Wardlow, who has he made great? But yeah, he's this.
He got Punk over. No. He got Punk back over. Everybody he's been with. Everybody he's been with. Everybody he's been with.
Music got him back over.
Point. However, every person that he has been in the ring with has gotten better and has had the better ratings because of him. Every one of them. Every one of them. That's all I'm saying. Every one of them.
Nobody is on my level. No one. Everything I touch turns to gold.
That was his words.
I'm just saying he owes his whole persona to the Miz for talking smack.
Bring it out. There it was. I was waiting for that to come.
He owes it to the Miz. He owes it to the Miz.
So back to the guy who is not there. The politics. CM politics is what King Von Jr. calls him. I mean, he is supposed to be the face of your company. It's astonishing how many people don't like CM Punk. It really is.
I guarantee you they did before he left.
Yeah, but what's the thing you saw today? It was like Bobby Lashley's what, 45?
Bobby Lashley is 45. He looks like he's 35. He wrestles like he's 25. CM Punk is 43. It looks like he's 53 and wrestles like he's 63.
He has taken significantly step back. I'm telling you, that UFC ass woman did it to him. All right, slowed him down. All right, it worked for Brock. Brock had, meathead muscle in him. You know what I'm saying? It's the guy who, he's just, a geek like the rest of us. But Summer of Punk, it didn't last very long. That's for sure. We're going to take a break and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about Hell in a Cell. We'll be right back, y'all. Perfect Plex Talk Radio or Popular Review.
Previously on Perfect Plex.
Last week's show, we had no interest in this match.
No, we didn't.
We had no interest in this match, and I feel so bad because I'm not a Serena fan, but I know that she can go. I'm a fan of Thunder Rosa. Please, just lock the doors.
Good shit. JR be just making up shit and lying.
He do be fucking lying.
He be lying. He said, this is the greatest match. This is the greatest pay-per-view I've ever called.
You lying.
You call Rock in Austin. 17.
Taker
double or
and
nothing.
HBK Hell in a Cell.
Hold on, I'm doing one of your numbers. Fuck that. I gotta stand up. Are you serious, JR? Are you serious, bro? Ass, JR, stop the bullshit.
This ain't peanut butter and jelly. Like, be happy. You want to. You have to take. No. This is the thing. You can't satisfy black wrestling fans. You can't.
You can't
Because
satisfy
literally, look what the comment was.
We
We had what, 6 or 7 African Americans on AEW last night.
They're always
And
in the
it's
same
still an
kind
issue.
of scenarios, though, Dice. That's the point. The point is, where's the individual standout talent of their black? They're always outside of Jay Cardell. That's supposed to be established beforehand.
Okay, then. So we're not doing that then. And I will take Kenny Omega.
Okay. The fact you would take Kenny Omega first star AEW tells me right there your draft's already going to suck because Kenny Omega's ass.
When I hear those names back to back, I'm like, that's what I'm just sitting like, wait, what? All right, so what did I have again? What did I have again?
Ruby Soho. Ruby Soho. I will say that I lost last week's draft, but with that being said, Hell in a Cell.
So that's 2 in a row. We back even.
No. You think you're even. I'm 3-1. Okay.
Yo, get the fuck out of here. Get the hell out of here. I literally just beat you too. Oh my God. Boy, you lie like carpet, man. Come on, yo.
One thing I do not do is lie like carpet, first of all. Second of all, I can show you the votes. Okay. You lost despite what some of the comments said. You can't just go by the few in here.
Now we can't go by the comments. Now we can't go by the comments. Do you see this?
Anywho,
the conspiracy to keep the black man down
was last night. And listen, a match that we looked at and said should not happen was happening. Sledgehammer involved, polka dots included, the win, the tears, the makeup. Or was it too sweet or suck it, DJ, on the makeup job from Hell in a Cell? It went down last night. Cody gets the victory 3 in a row. I said with you in the party, as soon as I saw Seth freaking Rollins and the polka dot he was losing, it was you can't disrespect Dusty like that. But the paint or the makeup in Hell in a Cell, that's the talk of the morning. Is it too sweet or is it just
I got 2 words for that. Look at this. Look at it. So, if anybody remembers, Triple H, that's a partial, right? And the report is that he tore it completely off the bone, which means it's nothing else. It's nothing else between that area, right? So, of course, he injured it on Monday, allegedly, and he messed it up even more working out. So he made the injury worse, but y'all are going to believe that he didn't. It's all makeup. I don't. Regardless if you think it's makeup or not, he's still fucking injured. That shit is that was a very hard match to watch. It was a very hard match for me as a fan of both guys. I didn't want at that point. I did not want to see it. I was hoping that we would get Bray Wyatt, but of course we knew it wasn't happening. But slim picking chance we thought. But for me, we grimaced so much and and ah and got so disgusted. It was a bad.
I didn't think the match should happen.
Performance, but it wasn't necessary.
It was an awesome performance.
However, with his face being the number, he had the only poster of Hell in a Cell. His face was on every seat. I'm sure his face was on every ticket.
They still sold out.
And they sold out. He felt like he had an obligation. And for him to do that, this is a goated performance from somebody who, let's be honest, if he didn't create AEW, y'all wouldn't be talking about Cody Rhodes. Only the indie marker guys probably would. I kind of teeter on that a little bit. You know,
the Cody guy from day, you know that. So, but I walk
for
alone.
Everybody drinking his Cody juice. Now y'all get mad that he gets pushed to the moon. So which one is it? Do you want the guy that you like to finally get his recognition, or do you want him to completely remain under the radar? He's a main event player. There's no doubt about that. He's been a main event player for the past 5 years. I'm not going to say 6 that he was gone, but 5 because that first year he was still figuring out.
I would say 4. I would say 4. Say 4. That's the 3 from AEW plus 2 since he's been back. So in that time, I would say 4 at the Cody mark. But when he returns at Royal Rumble, right, and that's just I've just threw that date out there, right? We know it's 6 to 8 months. 8 months to a year.
He's the report I see. This can go into two 3 to 2 words.
But you did say that was whatchamacallit, too sweet. I suck it.
We got 2 words for you.
To the makeup job. Go ahead.
He's expected to have surgery on Thursday, and it's supposed to be 4 to 5 months of action. So that is literally let's see. He maybe 3 months of just chilling, and then you got 2.5 months of. I'm still gonna
say Royal Rumble.
So
it makes more sense to bring him back. Maybe not a surprise at Rumble, although we just love that as fans, and that pop will be enormous if that was to happen. But I could see them bringing him back early to pump up Royal Rumble. I'm in it.
If it's 4 to 5 months of action, they're going to take it. They're not going to rush him back, and they will probably make him wait another month. So that would be 6 months. So that's
6 months gives us Royal Rumble.
That's
Rumble territory, right?
Yep. So I would definitely agree with that.
This match, though, as you said, grimacing. It was hard hitting. It was really, really, really good match, and something I didn't think could happen. The cowbell coming out. I mean, it's arguably, we talked about on UPR wrestling last week, top 5 Hell in a Cell from the modern day era. I think this would slide itself in there somewhere at number 5. I really enjoyed this match last night, just as much as I enjoyed three females going at it, which, according to Busted Open Radio, took a lot of flack for the finish. All right. My man, friend of the program, Dave LaGreca, did not like the finish. I absolutely love the finish because I like a face to have.
I thought it was fine. I thought it was fine.
I like a face to have a little edge with them. And I like the fact that Becky Lynch hits her finisher and then she throws her out. And it's nothing. They're not doing nothing to Asuka. Asuka's not, getting buried here nowhere. You didn't think Asuka was winning this title. If you thought so, then just sit back, relax, and learn how to be an intelligent wrestling fan. Okay. This is John Cena of the female division. Is not Becky Lynch. It is 100% the EST, Bianca Belair. Wearing shorts last night, new makeup on last night. Whew. She is the women's division right now. And I just got to say, what a match. And I'll go back to this match a little bit, Dice, just real fast. It was a great fucking match. I'm sorry.
Some people say they should have closed.
It should have been the main event, but Cody was the marquee, as you said. Match-wise, yes. The injury-wise, yes. Guess what? I'm gonna still say something. It did not receive what that final match got. Yes, it was a better match in the concept, and it's for the title. But what that match was, and what they did with that match with his injury, that was epic. Those things you don't see in wrestling. That's what makes you fall in love with pro wrestling. Is what you saw last night in the Hell in a Cell match between these two guys. Okay, it was storytelling, it was emotion, it was great action. It was, oh my God, this is why guys wrestle. This was Mick Foley-esque, and you're a moron for wrestling in this match. You know what I'm saying? Think about Undertaker's words, you stupid son of a bitch, when he saw him climb to the cage. Like, okay, then. You know what I'm saying? Like Cody wrestling in that match was insane. But these ladies tore it down. Go ahead, Dice.
I need people to understand that just because somebody takes a pinfall, it doesn't make them look weak. Just because Michael Jordan got scored on doesn't make him not great. Doesn't make him not the GOAT.
It was okay.
Yeah, because Jordan still won the game. He still won the game. You motherfuckers would rather look good and lose than look bad and win. God. In a company that doesn't care about your wins-loss record, y'all are going to sit here and say somebody got burned because they got a pinfall under somebody. What sense does that make? She can get a title shot tonight.
I do think Asuka's a top 10, if not just right outside of it. I think I had her in my top 10.
She definitely is. And right now she's in a position of being the constant.
Yeah,
she's being the constant. She's not going to lose steam. She might not gain it immediately as far as high or fast as Becky, but she's still going to be in the mix, and that's perfectly fine.
I love mix.
If anybody's paying attention, the one that they're building back up is Alexa, and then possibly Rhea. So those are the only other two that you need to be worried about. Asuka's not going anywhere. She's in her 40s. She doesn't have time to be part of a mid card. She's a Japanese she's a Japanese legend.
What's between the main event and the mid card? That's where Asuka is.
Yeah, so she's teetering. Teetering.
She can do anything.
You can't say I can't say I've seen a bad Asuka match. I don't think she's a bad wrestler. I think she can.
Last night, her combo that she did in that ring, dog. I thought I was watching WWE. I thought I was playing WWE 2K22. Or whatever the hell the name of the game is. All right, is it 23? Yeah, 22. So I thought I was. She was pop. I was in there sitting there. I was like, Dice, watch the speed of these girls. You know what I mean? Like they were really going ham in this match. And I'm talking about pro wrestling in the ring. These three girls did it. I love the finish. But speaking about other girls, was this underwhelming without having another member of Judgment Day join last night, guys?
No,
because it was a very entertaining match. I was very entertained.
That's all you want it to be is entertaining. I don't understand why everything has to be a super big blow up with every single match. It's okay. It's okay. Did Steph Curry drop 36, 39, 45? No.
Nope, 35 and 29.
But they still won.
He hit
you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. It's a team effort. And everybody in that match did their part.
You even spoke on Mr. Damian Priest yesterday about since he's been with Judgment Day. I still would never like the guy personally. That's just me.
Honestly, ever since all three of these outside of take Rhea out of the equation because she's only wrestled. This is her second match under Judgment Day,
second or third, right? Maybe. I think she had a separate match,
maybe third.
Right.
So, and Liv's association with AJ and Finn, she's clearly learning, and I am thoroughly impressed with Liv.
Yeah,
because every week she gets better and better and better, and for anybody to sit there and say that she doesn't deserve to be on the spot, she should got released over somebody else. You're out of your mind.
Like who
she's
else
beautiful as fuck.
I'm not the biggest fan of her, but she's definitely beautiful as F. For real. And she's getting better in the ring.
She's got a body. She's marketable. She just needs to get.
Excuse me, Dice.
I mean,
I take her over Ruby Soho. Ruby Soho. I take her over her.
Well, I sure would. Yeah, if I'm in WWE, I'm going to take her over Ruby. But if I'm in AEW, I'm taking Ruby over her because clearly they don't really care about looks over there.
She would just be bunny. Yeah.
WWE, their women have to be super camera ready at all times.
Who does AEW women actually care about? Because all I see them pushing is Britt Baker and Jay Cardell.
I mean, Thunder Rosa.
I digress. But that's their champion, but I digress. All right. So then Bobby Lashley takes the win. I think this is on a fly change of a match. I think Omos was scheduled to win this match. And with Cody getting hurt, they switched it and gave it to Bobby Lashley because now you have to have Cody wasn't expected to get hurt. I think everything, even going towards Money in the Bank, was all geared towards Cody. That's been the talk. That's what everybody's speculation, right? So I think they were pushing Omos in this match. I mean, that diss track
Fire.
was fire in the corniest way. Okay. And
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that.
Lord have mercy.
Is that a
The
magnet?
Lord is my shepherd. He know what I want.
Is that a magnet in the back that is drawing you to her?
It's this. I don't know.
That's sexist, man. Sexism, right there. Okay. I think it was a last minute script change, and they gave this to Bobby Lashley. To now, pushing back. They got to have somebody now that Cody's gone. That's what I think happened last night. Still interesting match in this. Guess who I became a fan of last night, Dice? Mustafa Ali.
They should have gave it to him. I understand the parameters of who Theory is and how he's getting pushed, but Ali deserved that. Mustafa deserved.
But they just kept saying it. Right?
I think that you know what? Every time he drops off and comes back, they stop saying Mustafa, and then it's like, remember it was Mustafa and it was Mustafa, and then they just stopped saying it, and it was just Ali,
yeah.
And then it was like, you keep saying Mustafa, God damn it. I thought that this match was really good. As far as
it was really good.
What Ali, really we already know that.
I like that 8 count down idiot.
You don't like him?
I do.
I don't. He just seems very. He seems like a poser. I just can't
stand him, but he is.
He seems like a poser to me.
But he's really good in the ring. He's really good.
As far as talking goes, he's not a better talker than Mustafa. I think Ali
has more charisma. I think he has more charisma.
He has more charisma, but Ali speaks with more feeling, I guess.
He's a boring talker to me.
I don't think
because
so.
I gotta see him unleashed. Right, he hasn't been unleashed. Right, give him what you give that guy who has no name who's gonna lose his belt on Friday to Gunther. Okay, give it to him. Gunther. They write Happy Corbin off TV in good riddance. I've always thought Corbin did everything well, but this man Madcap came back as Goldbergish. Are they trying to make themselves have their own Warlordish? Their Warlordish?
I would if they could build him right. He definitely looks very Wardlowish. He has the look, he has the size, and he can talk.
He can talk.
I'm all for it. They already didn't drop the second part of the name, so that's the first part. That's the first part of the transformation. They dropped the moss at the end. I said when he came out the ambulance, I said he is now Madcap.
I like Madcap Moss or just Cat Moss. I don't know.
I like Madcap. I like Madcap better.
What makes me think, why you so mad, son? Why you always mad? But he's not mad. He's happy.
Why you mad, son?
You ain't mad. And then Ezekiel goes down to anybody who thought Ezekiel was going to beat this man. This man just went one-on-one in the main event at WrestleMania night when against Stone Cold Steve Austin. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every single match last night. Not going to bullshit you. I truly, really did. I was shocked that I did, but I did. Match of the night, who you giving it to? The girls or the main event? I got to go with the girls because
even though Cody had a really good effort and a really good performance, right? One, you're not going to have him go off on a loss unless it was somebody interfering.
Mm-hmm.
For Seth to take 3 L's in a row to a Cody Rhodes, I thought that was very big of him. But he will get hey, Frenchies, what up? He will get his reward on the back end.
Okay.
He'll get his reward on the back end. Remember when he took the pinfall Roman took the pinfall for him at Mania for cashing in.
He can never get buried.
No,
it's
exactly.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Exactly.
It's Seth.
Did you know
who can lose and win?
Did you know there's a stat that Kane has the most losses in WWE history?
Yeah, I saw some shit like that.
That's crazy.
And that's a lot.
We think of somebody.
Brawler, I think of Brooklyn Brawler. I think of Barry Horowitz. I think about a lot of the jobbers that did things.
Yeah, and you don't look. It didn't hurt Kane's persona. He's still the big red. He's still the big red machine. He's still.
But like him and Big Show, you kind of would get them in a match after a while and go, yeah, they're gonna lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, well, I mean, after they started making Big Show cry and shit with the Authority, it was done. But the ladies definitely.
that's your match of the night.
That's my match of the night.
All right, I'm going to go with the main event.
If Cody was 100%, they probably would have. I still say it was because
it
was very entertaining.
What attracts me to wrestling? 100%, they had the best in-ring performance of the night. These girls went on a hell of a show. But to me, this is why they were the main event for a reason, and they demonstrated that from the entrance. Just let us off with Seth freaking Rollins coming out with the polka dots. I knew automatically he was going to lose. I think the other consultant said to me off air, every time Seth dresses up like his opponent, he loses. He should stop that. So that came out. But listen, the sledgehammer to me was so important in this match to come out. The pedigree that happened in this match. The story of this match. I just think everything that I think everybody, why you fall in love with pro wrestling is storytelling at the end of the day. If you did not fall in love with the stories that were being told by the guys and girls you love most, you wouldn't be there. You were completely out of focus, my brother. You are gone. I feel like Justin Timberlake over here. Gone.
I blurred my shit.
Gone. Gone. But match of the night, 100% to me, was this match. I loved it. I thought everything about it was nice. Recapping a little bit before we get into this draft. And not the draft. We're going to talk about your guy, AJ Styles' birthday was this past week, turning 45. So with that being said, we're going to take a break, come back with the Weekend Wrestling, and get back into some more Perfect Plex Talk Radio. Like to hear it? Well, damn it. I don't care if you do, you don't. All right? Just the way it is. Here we go. We'll be right back, y'all.
That's true. Anything can happen in World Wrestling Entertainment. What's the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, though?
Well, the next thing that happened was Tommaso Ciampa was backstage getting ready for his tag match against the Dirty Dogs. And who we get is the return of the one and only Prince Finn Balor. And when I saw that happen, because I heard tag team, I'm like, okay, who are they going to put Ciampa in a tag team with on Raw? And when I saw Ciampa, I won't lie, I did scream and jump for joy a little bit because I am a big Finn Balor fan.
I think he's definitely transitioned to Raw. There's not much more he can do in NXT, and I don't think he really fits now. So he needs to transition to Raw. This is a good way to do it with Finn Balor, with Dolph Ziggler, who seems to be the transition monkey for people who come from NXT. So I'm here for it. I still think that Tommaso Ciampa can't really do much on the main roster, but so far.
One without the other isn't any good. Oh, I knew he was going to do that.
Yo, it's crime time. EST. Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. It's the Honky Tonk Man. NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? UPR and Around the Blocks give to you This Week in Wrestling History with King Von.
Hello, everyone. Once again, this is King Von Jr., of course, host of Victorious Ones podcast and also social media producer for Perfect Plex Talk Radio. And I'm here to give you the week in wrestling history when it comes to the most significant events. On June 5th, 2006, WWE acquired the rights to World Class Championship Wrestling. So that means that's when they first officially acquired the rights to the content to use on the network. Then, of course, on June 6, 1993, Shawn Michaels defeats Marty Jannetty to regain the WWF Intercontinental Championship. On June 6, 2005, John Cena joins Raw as the first overall pick in the 2005 WWE Draft. And, of course, when it comes to notable birthdays, of course, first and foremost, happy belated 45th birthday to the phenomenal AJ Styles on June 2nd. On June 3rd, happy belated 30th birthday to the Queen Baddie herself, TBS Women's Champion, Miss Jade Cargill. On June 4th, the late great Gorilla Monsoon would have turned 85. Of course, on June 6th, which is today, Drew McIntyre turns 37. On June 7th, WWE Hall of Famer hardcore legend Mick Foley turns 57. On June 7th, superstar Billy Graham turns 79. And of course, on June 8th, Liv Morgan turns 28. Knoxxx, back to you.
Yo, it's crime time. EST. Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. It's the Honky Tonk Man. NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? UPR and Around the Blocks give to you This Week in Wrestling History with King Von. Yo, it's crime time.
Who
Hit the wrong button. It's okay. We here now. Welcome back, y'all, to Perfect Plex Talk Radio. Unpopular review this week in wrestling continues because it's somebody's birthday. They old. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. This man right here, all I'm trying to do is play my Madden beta. That's all I want to do. But no, we got to talk about the phenomenal AJ Styles. We talk about everybody else. We talk about The Rock. We talk about Charlotte Flair. We talk about everybody you want to talk about. We're going to talk about AJ Styles. And why?
I mean, we can't talk straight in the barbershop. Then where can we talk straight? We can't talk straight nowhere else. You know, this ain't nothing but healthy conversation. That's all I got to tell Rosa Park down. It ain't nobody exempt in the barbershop. You know that. Ain't nobody exempt. You can talk about whoever and whatever, whenever you want to in the barbershop.
And AJ Styles at will. Dice, that's your guy. This is like your GOAT, right? Is he like your one? Is he your two? What is he to you? Because damn it, you put him over me. And I know you personally. I'm your brother. Not from another mother. You know what I'm saying? But damn, you love AJ more than me. This guy, you gonna talk about him because he's 45. I fuck with AJ. I fuck with AJ. I'm just teasing you. Go ahead.
On my man's name.
Look at that man right there. Talking about the Grand Slam winner, AJ Styles. Talking about that guy.
That guy.
Talking about Mr. TNA,
who appeared on Velocity, got kicked off, went to WCW, got drafted by TNA, became arguably the greatest TNA superstar that they ever had. Yes, over Samoa Joe, over Bobby Roode. It's been him. This is why Jeff Jarrett, good Stone Cold podcast last night with Jeff Jarrett. They mentioned that he wanted to keep guys like Samoa Joe and AJ Styles and Bobby Roode and James Storm as the cornerstones for that company.
Though. He made that X division when
he did.
This is where
Christopher Daniels.
Mm-hmm. This is where I won't disagree with you. You get on me if I don't. I'm so rah-rah. When I'm not rah-rah, people think I don't care, right? So I've always acknowledged this guy. You know what I'm saying? I've always acknowledged AJ Styles. I think you have to as a wrestling fan. You know what I'm saying? Watching him in the X division gave me purpose of watching them. You know what I'm saying? When he became Little Nate, it made me watch a little bit more. My thing when I watch wrestling from a lesser company standpoint, right? We've talked before about how Vince would say, go do this and go be better somewhere else. I look at where they can do on the next level. And so I didn't believe in him. So when he came and he did the things that you told me for years he could do, I was like, damn, like that whole beat up John Cena. That was
for 07, I believe, was when TNA really started to push him a little more serious. And when he then this is when they had Fortune and Immortal, and they were kind of at a divide. This is between the real life change of TNA to Impact.
Right.
In which Jeff Jarrett talks about on the Stone Cold podcast as well. And that is the AJ who turned pretty much the turning part of his career.
Because this was back on TNA.
This was the no one AJ in which he grew the beard out, had the greasy hair, and he just didn't care.
He became the Sting version of the WCW version of Sting to TNA, I thought.
Yep. And then he went to New Japan, reinvented himself, joined the Bullet Club, and arguably became pretty much in that span of time between, let's say, 2010 to 15, 16.
Right.
Almost every year he was in the top 3 for wrestler of the world, like the best wrestler in the world. And that's not even me saying that as a fan. Like he's literally in that conversation every year, and he's been that way every year coming into WWE. So I think something has to be said about a guy who came from this and then ended as this.
He went from being
definitely beat up
classy.
John Cena was really, really entertaining. Really entertaining. I think that they looked at him as a guy who could only do tag matches and X Division. That's what they looked at him as. And for him to turn that corner and be a serious guy, he is the modern Chris Jericho to me, because Chris Jericho was a WCW guy. but he adopted the ways of WWE. And for the longest time, he was WWE through and through.
Even in TNA, you couldn't see him being a TNA guy. He was still compared to being a WWE guy.
Yep. And for him to come in 2016, in which nobody has debuted at a Rumble from another promotion. So that was pretty dope. I remember losing my fucking marbles. And I remember Roman's look on his face was like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this? Like, I remember that. And the crowd was going crazy. And for him to basically say he wants to end his career in WWE, I think that he's going to go for another 2-3 years. I would like for him to go for like 10. Do you have a 10-year WWE career? That's just me being selfish. If he does another 2 to 3, I'll be satisfied. But at 45, if Orton's telling you he's going to go till he's 50, I believe an AJ would try to go till he's 50 as well.
TNA's Mount Rushmore. Hear me out. AJ, Kurt Angle. I would say Jeff Jarrett. And do I dare say, I think it's a toss between, and I give 3 honorable mentions. I think you can insert any 3 here. Abyss, Christopher Daniels, or Robert Roode.
I would have to go with 4th as Samoa Joe.
And you know what? I'm always a realist, and I hate when you call me a liar, because that's just you fucking lying. Okay. You know more about TNA than me. I watch things from afar. And I watched.
I think Abyss. I think either Abyss or Samoa Joe. You can't go wrong with either one of those guys. If you prefer to have a big
Samoa
guy,
Joe is Ring of Honor. That's just me. That's just where I saw him at first. So when I saw him at TNA, it was like it was the same Joe. Although Joe did a lot there. I saw Joe. I got that. I can't believe I lost Joe. But like I say, insert anyone. Abyss, Joe, probably those 2 more than. And I think Daniels is right there. I think Christopher Daniels is right there because he's one of the architects in that company. I think was there. But Dice, man, we've had some drafts over the past couple of weeks. All right. We've had some drafts. We had some drafts that have been, some would say, I won. Some would say you won. Right? I mean, it's what they are. It's what they said. I think I'm up 3-1. You're respectful and say it's 2-2. Okay. Last week, we had an AEW draft. I had MJF, CM Punk, Chris Jericho, Ricky Starks, Daniel Bryan, Adam Cole, baby, Jay Cardell, Sammy Guevara, Swerve Strickland, and Orange Cassidy. You still said Omega. C.
Guevara.
Damn it. I'm reading it. It's Vera. Oh, I did say I did have a C. Yeah, it's a freaking V right in there. I get it. All right. Omega, Darby Allin, DMD, Moxley, Wardlow, Miro, Malachi, Scorpio, Penta, and Andrade. That was last week's draft. Okay, y'all be the judge. I think, I give them that one. All right, I give them that one. Okay.
This week is going to get the nitties of the gritty.
Hold on. Now we had our female draft. Okay. Oh, that I also just retweeted.
I'm sorry.
All right. I took obviously the greatest women's wrestler.
Got them damn kids training. Boy, I tell you, it's a damn.
Of all time. It just come running. All right. Charlotte, China, Banks, Trish Stratus, Asuka, AJ Lee, Lita, Medusa, Ivory, Michelle McCool. Honestly, it doesn't even matter who he picked, but I tell you, he had Natalie.
Oh, you think that list is that much great? Get the fuck out of here.
Mickey James, Beth Phoenix, Fel Yim, Victoria, and Awesome Kong. I do think that was the one where I just massacred you. That's the one I don't think was even close in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Just my opinion, but I take your list and I run with it any of the week. And then our first draft, right? We had the top men draft. I had The Rock, Stone Cold, Dusty Rhodes, Randy Savage, Shawn Michaels, Mr. Perfect, Roman Reigns, Undertaker, Daniel Bryan, and Razor Ramon. Do y'all hear the names I just said? But here are the names he has: Cena, Triple H, Angle, Bret Hart, Sting, Nash. Or I think Nash is the one thing that makes his list not so good. The guy we don't call racist, Brock Lesnar and The Edge. I think I'm up 3-1. You guys be the judge. But today, we going tag teams. Tag team. Off the rope. We're doing all that good stuff. And before he cussed me out one more time, because I don't like when he cusses me out, because I don't think it's fair. I don't cuss him out. So what he was thinking when I told him I was whooping his ass was,
get the fuck out of my face with that shit.
Tell him, Samuel. All right. So You went first the last 2 weeks. I think it's only fair I go right now. I go first again, correct or incorrect?
Go ahead.
All
man.
Right.
Go ahead, man.
So, in this unpopular review, look at those tag teams. Let's look at that marvelous for a second. Damn. This is the hardest one, Dice, man. This is the hardest one. I've been thinking about this all day. We've been in the party all day, and none of us tipped our scales of where we were going with this. So I'm going to give some
start naming these files too.
I do.
You can't do an honorable mention.
We're not.
You can't start with an honorable mention.
You're right. We can't. You're right. And we try to make fun of Chris for doing that dumb shit. All right, they're going to consult you. You can't do that dumb shit. You got to wait to the end. So right, we're not going to. Whoever don't get picked, we know who they honorables.
So we obviously have different thoughts on
yes, we do.
The way that we draft.
Okay. Yes,
right.
Well, the thoughts have always been different.
Again, for those watching, I draft from a skill inside the ring standpoint, more importantly than anything.
And I draft from a total package perspective. You have to be good in the ring, but you have to be entertaining because that's pro wrestling. Although when it comes to tag teams, this is what goes hard because I like picking guys that I think win. I love tag team wrestling like I like smacking my wife's ass out of the shower. I really do. So for me, it's difficult to just pick somebody because of that notion when I want to pick my favorites. And some of my favorites may not make the list because they're my favorites. I think better tag team, but I'm drafting a tag team, right? So I'm going to go ahead and shoot from the hip. With the number one pick in the draft, the number one pick in the draft. I got to be honest with you. We're talking about tag team wrestling, people. All right. And I'm looking for them and they're not here. And I know I put them here. So give me 1 second. Because I know I put them here, bro. Huh?
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna actually give it to you real fast so you can look for it because I'm in my phone.
I think
they're not there and they should be there. And
is
that's
it a new day?
No, I have no. Give me a second. Just this is what we're gonna do. Seriously. And I apologize. This is what we're gonna do. We'll be right back, y'all.
Scott Steiner, it's going to be a three-way for the TNA heavyweight title at Sacrifice between you, Kurt Angle, and Samoa Joe. Now, before you get there, you have an important step tonight as you and X Division champion Petey Williams take on the unlikely duo of Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Samoa Joe, and you can see that statement is not true. See, normally if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best at beating me. And then you add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down. See, the three-way at Sacrifice, you got a 33 1/3 chance of winning. But I got a 66 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me, and he's not even going to try. So, Samoa Joe, you take your 33 1/3 chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning, if we used to go one-on-one, and then add 66 2/3%, I got 141 2/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. See, Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at Sacrifice. See, but I'm going to break it down for all you ladies. Would you rather be with me, or would you rather be with Joe?
Well, I think Joe's kind of nice. I mean, you know.
See, you're one of those girls that like romance. I'm going to talk to all my freaks out there. Would you rather come home to me, a genetic freak, to be satisfied every night, or go home to that fat-ass Samoa Joe? See, tonight, we're going to win, and I'm going to be the world champion at Sacrifice. Come on, Petey. Let's go.
Scotty, just like you always say, Big Papa Pump has got your hookup. Well, Maple Leaf Muscle is who you need to look up. Holler if you hear that.
I heard that, and that's still the funniest thing of all time. My number one pick of all time is LOD, the Legion of Doom. To this day, they still call it the pop around world. There's pops that people don't hit. That pop, we're talking about the tag team. We're talking about tag team wrestling. They will whoop your ass while the song was still playing on motorcycles and roll on out of there. I'm taking the Legion of Doom with my first overall pick.
I'm not going to lie. You just threw me for a loop. I could have swore that was going to be a completely different look. Then I'm very surprised. You really threw me off. I was not expecting them.
This is my
especially
favorite,
not one.
This is my favorite category, dog. I love tag team wrestling.
Especially not
man.
one. I didn't believe. I wasn't.
I'm not going from my heart. I'm going for what I think is tag team wrestling, and I've always told you my top five.
I respect that.
That's my number
one. I respect that. So now I gotta switch it up, and I gotta go into your realm of things.
Yeah, I was looking
and
for
to me, and we talk so much. We talk so much about great wrestling and ring ability, and I think that that's my number one. I think the Steiners are the greatest wrestling tag team of all time.
I don't think they're the number one, but that's my second favorite tag team of all time.
Well, this is why
that's my second favorite tag team of all time.
Favorite.
No, that's my second favorite tag team of all time. Right there, nothing to go with it. So with number one, again, I'm picking with pro wrestling. We're talking about tag teams here. I'm going to go with arguably who I think is just as good as them in the ring. And I'm going to take the Hart Foundation. Okay, I'm going to take the Hart Foundation. They're not better wrestlers as two, but one could damn sure go. He could be a Steiner brother. The Steiner Hearts is what they should have been called. They put them with them. So I take number two, the Hart Foundation.
Okay, that's not bad.
I'm going on my favorites here. I'm building for once, not thinking the way that I always think, because I think if I build it correctly with my heart, I can still get over in the crowd and still be great today. And I think any tag team I just picked could go today. You're number two. You see, I flooded it with a lot of tag teams.
You did. Number two of all of the times.
All of the times.
All of the times.
All of the times.
You know what? I got to go with somebody that had a really good in-ring chemistry with my first pick.
Okay.
And I can't believe that I'm doing this, but I just picked two WCW teams back to back.
I can't go.
Harlem Heat.
Harlem Heat at number two for you. I thought you was going to pick them. You did not pick them. I'm going to pick right now. This is where it's so many. You can't go wrong.
To get thick.
You can't.
I knew I should have picked them. If I'm thinking what you about to press, I know I should have picked them, but it's okay because I got their 1B. Go ahead.
Give me Christian and Edge. I love this tag scene so much, and they ain't my son Christian. Real talk. I love them from every perspective. When they came in, that look, they went from the Brood to being rude, to being someone who no one thought that had been as great as they were as a tag team, that even separate. And a lot of tag teams in the history of everybody we're going to pick could not do what those both have done. And that's become single champions, respectively, in both in every company they've been in. Even Edge only been in one company. So you know what I'm saying. So my number three, Christian and Edge.
That's so weird because I was not going there.
But you thought I was going to pick this Christian and Edge? Come on, man.
No, but I didn't think about that. I was thinking something else.
Somebody deleted some of my pictures.
So I'm going 1B. You took a 1A. I'm going with a 1B or 1C, okay. And I'm going with
I had them.
The Dudley Boys, aka Team 3D. Look at all that gold. Look at all that gold. Oh my brother, testify.
You stupid. Not gonna go to. You thought something about that Hart Foundation too? Come on. I took the other Hart Foundation.
They didn't even make my top 10.
I'll let me put them in here just for kicks and giggles. All right. Hey, think about Natty. She really trying to change their persona. She had on all yellow and black on Friday Night SmackDown. It was no pink. It actually threw me off for a second in there. So this is our fourth pick right now. At number 4, he did not pick them. I will pick them. Give me the Usos.
I knew it.
Give me
it. That's the pick that I thought you were about to pick. And I was ready.
So you can go what you're going to go next. What you have to go next.
I'm going with the hometown boys. The 1B to them. The greatest tag team that's not in a major promotion. If you want to look at when the Usos got really big, these guys were still on the scene doing their thug fizzle. So I gotta respect them. There's a lot of guys that are not in WWE that are on my list that deserve respect. They deserve eyes looked at. So I'm going with the Briscoes, aka them boys.
I got you. At my number 5, I will go with my favorite tag team of all the times, the British Bulldogs.
That was
power,
cute.
Strength, finesse, speed. This team possesses everything that tag team wrestling embodies. That look that was needed back then. They got over in NWA. They got over in WCW. They got over in WWE, WF. Wherever they went, they got over. And unfortunately, because one fell victimized, only British Bulldog went on to single fame the way that he did. But there would be no who shall we not name Chris Benoit without the Dynamite Kid.
That was very cute. Very cute. However, I cannot say that I'm jealous of that pick.
You can't be.
I will
Nobody can go wrong.
I will say that I'm going to go with the Juke Boys.
I knew he was going to pick them. You know why did I pick them separately? And I was going to pick them before. And I thought about it. What took me out of the contention with them is that I didn't, different reasons. But you can't go wrong with them either. They're Hardy Boys. Who am I? I just stop it.
What number we had? So we had 5.
Number 6. We're at number 6. Okay. We're at number 6.
Okay, it's getting real thick now.
This is where I get. That's what she said. This is where I get old. All right, this is where I get old, and I have to go again. To me, the best tag teams in wrestling. I would personally go with my number 6 pick. I am going. Damn, you took my team earlier than I thought you would take them, and I didn't have time to erase it. But they were a tag team, and I'm going to take them. Just really mad. Mama, forgive me. The Mega Powers. Look at Vaughn backstage. I know. I take the Macho Man and Vacant. The Macho Man and Vacant at number 6. Just make sure you put Vacant, please. Just make sure you put. Oh, he needs to be on the microphone. Damn. he pointed to the microphone backstage.
I'm sorry. I got. You know what? Yeah. About that. He who should not be named. I mean,
I didn't say his name. I didn't have time to erase his face. I didn't have time to erase his face.
Wow. Because
I know.
I got a certain shirt that I'm getting ready to get with a certain group of legendary Samoan tag teams.
Yes.
That I hope to see in this draft eventually. I'm just saying.
Okay.
They're the precursor to the Usos. I'll just say.
Okay.
Calm down. My pick is here. Never fear. I got you, Vaughn. New Day.
That's not what he was talking about, but I got you. But yes,
ain't nobody else.
Yeah, but number 6 is the New Day. Number 6 is he said the precursor, which he is saying he thinks the Wild Samoans should be in this list.
I'm good.
In the top 10 is what he's saying.
All right, your 7 pick. That's who you picking for number 7.
I didn't say that. That's what he said.
I'm about to say you wasted your pick.
My number 7 pick is again the Midnight Express. The matches between the Midnight Express and the Legion of Doom and other tag teams. If you know me, you know that to me, Beautiful Bobby's in my top 25. There was nothing this guy could do wrong in the ring. Ask Lord Steven Regal, ask Steve Austin, ask whoever he tag team with. Jim Cornette in the 80s was in his prime. He was arguably a top 3, top 4 manager at that time as well. That racket is synonymous. No matter what we think about the moron racists today, back then, he probably was still a racist. But I'm taking the Midnight Express. Just X him out of the picture as well. My number 7 was the Midnight Express. Who you got?
Shit. Got 3 picks left. I got 4 tag teams in my head. I cannot not put these guys here, but I can't put them right now.
I'm so mad you took a tag team from me. I'm so mad. Go ahead, though. Just pick them.
I'm going to go
number 7
with. I gotta do it because I have to pay homage to. I have to pay homage to
somebody else,
a group that has been the longest reigning tag champs in the Attitude Era. The New Age Outlaws.
Yeah.
which is not a bad pick.
It's a great pick.
It's not a bad pick.
There's nothing wrong with that pick. Zero wrong with that pick, in my opinion. I
don't zero want them there, but
I think it's zero wrong with it.
If you don't pick my next pick, I will.
Well, I'm probably going to pick your next pick. All right, I think so. Because I'm going to take the Brothers of Destruction.
That's what it was. That's why. That is why.
Number 8.
I did it.
At number 8, the Brothers of Destruction. Okay, I mean, damn. They arguably have separately the greatest storyline in wrestling history between the two of them. Right? Yeah, like greatest characters. I'm taking the Brothers of Destruction at number 8. Woo! Number 8, Dice. It's getting thicker here. That's what she said. What you got? On the spot. You in the drop top.
We had number 8.
You got number a couple 8. Tag teams that's left out here waiting for me. So take your pick so I can go next. Fuck it up.
It might be a stretch for some people.
Okay. Well,
but again, like 5. I said,
they'd have been near at 10, brother. I promise you.
That's fine. That's fine. But again, I am thinking of you don't keep eyes on smaller things. So
that's not the truth. You always say something that's not true. I talk to you every day and you still don't know me. Goddamn shame.
I guess not.
Number 8. Number 8.
Number 8.
Doesn't matter how big you are in a small pond if that pond ain't big enough to be heard somewhere else around the world. Does a tree make noise in the forest? Does a tree make noise in the forest if no one hears it?
They know who the fucking Briscoes are.
No, I'm not saying that. Yeah, maybe a couple of thousand, but not millions.
If they wrestle in New Japan, millions know who they are. They know who them boys are.
You being racist. If they wrestle in Japan.
Number 8,
man, stop stalling.
I'm stalling like a
motherfucker. I've helped you long enough. Come on,
because
number 8.
I don't want to. Because
just draft them. Just draft Edge and Christian. Just go ahead. They're right there. You know you want them. You know you want to draft them. Friends of the program. Draft the new Heart Foundation number 8. Go ahead.
No, I am going to draft. Oh God, I hate my balls are itching right now to do this, but I gotta go to Young Bucks. As much as I hate them,
you got the Hardys and them.
I can't.
If you kill them both at the time, that's amazing.
I can't discredit what they've done. I can't discredit. They as far as championship reigns, as far as fluidity in the ring, as far as chemistry, they are on the conversation of a Hardy Boys, a Edge of Christian, a Dudley Boys. Like they have that type of synergy with each other, and I don't think that can be denied. Their championship reigns, whether or not they've been main promotions or not, deserve acknowledgement. Yeah. And for that, I can't down them for that, and I have to give them a respect.
And I'm gonna go with my number 9 and give me 2 of the 4 horsemen. Oh, Anderson, Tully Blanchard, the Brain Busters. I mean, I think when it comes to tag teams wrestling, they're top 5 about what they've done. In they're top 5. Because a lot of people want to go to modern day, and I get that. Modern day is what's in front of us, what we've seen. And Dice says this respectively all the time. He goes, he didn't get a chance to experience something like experience. He doesn't understand a Barry Windham. I don't think he disrespects him. He just doesn't know the way him or see him the way that I have, right? Because that wasn't his age. That wasn't his time. So what he saw Barry Windham was the fat Widowmaker. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. You know what I mean? I love Houston, Thunder, Liger, and Great Muta. They knew who y'all know them as being when they were older. Houston, Thunder, Liger, and you know what I'm saying? So it's different. Thunder Liger and his problem against Flying Brian Pillman. Oh my God. Okay, it could have been a match of the year. But right here, my tag team at number 9. This list I have is full of power, strength, and can sell out. 2 of the 4 horsemen. I mean, arguably the greatest tag team in WCW history, along with the Steiner Brothers and Harlem Heat. Who you got? Number 9. I stalled long enough for you. Number 9.
Number 9.
It is getting tough. I got some people I want to pick so bad, and I haven't got that I haven't picked. You know, we kind of got some horse and carriages picks going on here. I don't want the chat room like they're.
This is definitely
over the Stein. I didn't say over the Bulldogs or Steiners. I said top 5. And I said WCW.
You know what? I'm not ashamed of this pick. I'm not ashamed of this pick. And I said that there was going to be people on here that a lot of people might not be familiar with.
That's why I put them on. You grab them yourself. Okay.
I've got LAX, the original.
It's the only one that you count.
Well, they still count the other one.
I know, but I don't.
Santana Ortiz,
I don't count
the original. A big Mex, a big guy that could perform like a luchador way before a Luchasaurus. And still had power.
He's bigger than Luchasaurus too.
Oh, yeah, I definitely think if you want to talk about top tag teams in TNA, they are top 3, top 4. We talked about this off air, and for that reason and that reason alone, I want to give these type of tag teams their acknowledgement and respect.
Number 10 was hard, but if you know me, I'm the OG of this shit. And this is the motherfucking things I got. I got these Slammies for one man only. They put on some tournament that was it really good? It wasn't better than what y'all watching right now on Pop Review. Talk Perfect Plex with Mike Knoxxx and the Z is Silent podcast. And it's a lot of tag teams I can pick right now. A lot of tag teams I can pick right now, but I'm picking Yokozuna and King of Hearts himself, Owen Hart, at my 10th and final pick. They were dominant in a time where they were just dominant. You put them against them, you had a talker. They had Mr. Fuji and Jim Cornette. Owen Hart could talk. Yokozuna is the muscle of all muscles. At this time, he's still working pretty good in the damn ring. That's my 10th and final pick. It's a homer pick, but hey, he got a couple. I got a few in there myself. I love tag team wrestling. I love the different variations of tag team wrestling. That's what makes tag team wrestling amazing. That's why I don't think even your list to be even putting the Briscoes up there, I have nothing against those guys. Not a single thing. They are great. Just not for me. It's why it's his top, my top. We draft, and like any other NFL draft board out there, you draft the people you have. And I have to say, I put this team above that team, and I'm taking these guys right here at my number 10th and final pick. Dice, make your pick. I got some honorable mentions. It wasn't
number 10.
Number 10.
Number 10 is Chronic.
You lying? I know where the hell that man.
Yeah, I'm definitely trolling with that. Right. I'm definitely trolling with that. But again, I am so.
I'm on the knife.
I have a tie in my head, and I don't know which one
it can't be.
to
you
go for.
You got 10 seconds.
Okay.
I knew he was gonna pick him. I knew you were.
That was hold up though. That was the Hail Mary, but my heart was definitely going on Beer Money.
And that's where I thought it was going, but I thought
it was definitely going on Beer Money.
Part of this draft, your partner goes in your mind. It has to.
Yep.
Because you want to make sure that it's not 4 or 5 people here. It's you versus me. Right. So you have to go outsiders. In all fairness, I
had to swing for it. I had to swing
for him.
As much as Beer Money is done in the realm of TNA, they're not the outsiders. Regardless if Nash and Hall didn't win as many championships as them, they were good in the ring. They were good partners. They were very influential. And for that reason alone, I had to go with them. But if I had to pick an honorable mention, just one, it would be Beer Money for me.
It'll be Beer Money for you. So if you have to just pick one. Before we give honorable mentions, King Vaughn Jr., I know you're going to tweet it out later. Go ahead and give us our picks on the recap, please, if you will. Let me get the pictures ready for when you go ahead and go with them. So go right ahead. Who the picks, please?
All right, then. All right, so now here we are with the official picks for the greatest tag team draft. Of course, for Mike Knoxxx, first overall pick, the Legion of Doom. What a rush. For the second overall pick, the Hart Foundation. Number 3, Edge and Christian. Number 4, the Usos. Number 5, the British Bulldogs. Number 6, the Mega Powers. Number 7, Midnight Express. Number 8, Brothers of Destruction. Number 9, the Brainbusters. And number 10, Owen and Yoko. So those are yours.
Very, very impressive list.
Yeah. And so Dice
for people over 45.
Oh wow, shade. All right. Yeah. So of course, Dice here.
I mean, it really is though.
No, that's
this
true.
is the discrepancy. This is the discrepancy in our drafts because I'm more 20, 25 years. He's more like 35 years. So he has an extra, a little bit of more knowledge of that. I mean, I can only watch highlights. He understands where he was at that point.
It's my Muhammad Ali mentality. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
which is fine. Which is fine. I can't base mine off of
the combination.
So go ahead.
But don't diss the 45 though, because that 45s are legends. They're Hall of Famers.
Absolutely.
There are reasons why. Okay.
Like Edge is 48. Let's call it what it is. You know what I mean? So anyway, of course,
I got some old motherfuckers.
There you go. This is something Dr. D will be proud of as far as you, Knoxxx. With that being said, Dice, here are yours. The Steiners for your first overall pick.
Piss me off.
And the number 2 overall pick for Dice, Harlem Heat. So Steiners number 1, Harlem Heat number 2, the Dudley Boys number 3.
Can't go bad with the Dudley.
Number 4, the Briscoe Brothers. Number 5, Hardy Boys. Number 6, the New Day Rocks. Number 7, New Age Outlaws. Number 8, Young Bucks. 9, LAX. And 10, The Outsiders.
That is a very, very modern list. Outside of the Outsiders and my first 2, that is a very modern list, and I'm fine with it. I have to go for us young motherfuckers.
So I'm 40.
Where is Demolition Man on your honorable mentions? And they are an honorable mention. Here's my thing with Demolition. I felt like if LOD was going to be on there, I was going to pick them as their 1B. But I did not like Demolition, so I wasn't going to pick them. No, I didn't like Demolition also, and they were, for what it's worth, they were created just to be Legion of Doom. They were not the Legion of Doom. You talk about a concept of writing for writing purposes. They were completely storyline to me. I didn't think they wrestled good in the ring. I just thought they had a good look and they had a great storyline behind them. But I'm not a fan of them. Never have been. I don't think I ever will be. I had some honorable mentions that I say DX didn't make the list.
Yeah,
I couldn't put them there. I couldn't put them there.
I put them as a faction, but not so much a tag team.
And not much a tag team, right? I think Beer Money definitely should be on this list. All right. We did not mention, and I want to go to modern day. I thought they could have gotten this list. They
definitely could have.
I thought they was going to make the list. Maybe somebody could have picked the Street Profits, up and coming. They've done their thing the last 3 years in this company.
Possibly.
The Freebirds were not picked in this list.
No, for obvious reasons.
Well, I picked the Mega Power, so God knows what I was thinking there, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
but
no.
Also,
see, again, being old here, thinking tag team. This is, and this, like I talk about them every fucking time we see somebody with a Letterman jacket.
Dr. Death.
Every time somebody with a jacket, I go, the Varsity Club, the Varsity Club, the Varsity Club. Rock and Roll Express didn't make the list.
Free IRS, by the way.
Okay. And neither did the Wild Samoans, neither did, like you said, Demolition. I mean, the list can go on and on and on, but I think you're looking at a top 10 list. I think with an exception, I'm being honest here. He take his Briscoes out and put somebody else in there. I think anybody else, and you take out my Owen and Yoko, they're pretty much in everybody else's top 10. The things we got, just depending on where you put the order at.
Right.
All right. I do believe in that. I do believe in that.
One last thing real quick. Another thing about Demolition, I think the fact that New Day broke their World Tag Team record really puts them even more so further into the background. You know what I mean? So in regards to like the longest reigning tag team.
Well, of course your punk ass goes with Dice. You 13 years old. What do you know about tag teams? You're like 13. Of course you do. You know nobody I named. So I don't expect you to respect my list.
Other than LOD and the Heart Foundation, though. I had a Heart Foundation last week.
This is what I don't get about people, right? I swear to God. How you a wrestling fan don't know who that is? How you a wrestling fan don't know who that is? How you a wrestling fan don't know who that is? Okay? How you a wrestling fan don't know who that is? How you call yourself a wrestling fan and don't know who the Midnight Express is? Oh, you don't know the Heart Foundation? Oh, my bad. Oh, you don't know the Brothers of Destruction. I'm sorry. Let me stop any second here. You don't know Edge and fucking Christian?
I know all them.
You don't know the fucking Usos. I'm sorry. Ooh.
So
it's top 10 no matter what. Easy.
What are you talking about, B?
Question.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh, my gosh.
If any list we've ever had, this is a flip your coin. This is who you like more, and I'm getting you 13 years old. I'm gonna beat your ass in Madden Beta when I get done with this show.
No Rock and Roll Express. No.
You know what? I couldn't put the Rock and Roll Express there. As much as I will always respect the Rock and Roll Express.
No,
I could take nothing from them. I'm being honest. And for what it's worth, and look at this is why it's part of my list. Look at this. Arguably, them and the New Day are arguably the best tag team in WWE history. That's their history. So we have them on the list. Yeah. Okay. We have on the list.
I wanted to put Los Guerreros on there.
They could have made the list.
I wanted to put the world's greatest tag team, Team Angle.
Edge, I would put Team Angle. Speaking of Edge, he's an Hall of Famer by him. Edge Christian will be one. Okay. Yeah. And I think Edge and Christian are in the Hall of Fame together, if I'm not correct. They're in there as a tag.
Not yet.
Okay. But we know that's going to happen. Yeah. Okay. We're talking about arguably one of the greatest independent wrestlers of all time. Look at Harlem Heat for a second. You take out Stevie Ray, okay? These boys had the hood watching wrestling.
Yes.
Wrestling fans like ourselves who's watched wrestling our whole entire lives, guys, right? They saw Harlem Heat, and your boy Nook and Baby Boy and all them would go, yo, do dirty and all them, be like, yo, them Harlem Heat boys. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who these tag teams, I want to see the voting process.
Yeah.
Because this is out of other ones, I really do think I dominated 3 of the 4. If you want to go 2-2, I will take a 2-2. But I definitely think I won the women's and I think I won the men. That's just my opinion. Okay.
Yeah.
But in this list, it's a matter of, like Dice always says when it comes to music. What's your favorite genre of music? You're gonna relate that to what you were feeling good with in your time in life. So for me, I'm stuck in the 90s. I know DJ gets tired of hearing it. Whenever I play music, he know if it's me or my wife, right? Because I may have like one up to date hip hop song. My wife playing something, he'd be like, "Oh, she knows stuff." My wife loves what's the boy Gip? You know what I'm saying? Big Gip. My wife loves Big Gip. Like, who the fuck loves Big Gip? My wife and our boy Wally Wow, Urban Sports Scene. That's his guy. Every time they come to the DMV, that motherfucker's right there front row. But these tag teams, I'm saying, nobody. Why do I keep putting this team up here?
Why do
you
keep putting them on there? Not even going up here.
Look at you.
Somebody's a Natty fan. I don't know if that's bad guy.
I'm putting Beavis and Butthead on there before I put them on that motherfucking list.
Exactly.
He picked the Hardy. Right. You don't know who the Hardy Boys is? The Beverly Brothers. I don't know their names. The Beverly Brothers. It's a lot of tag teams. If you look at the tag team list over the years, like one of the lists out there is really old. Like I'm not sure if I'm putting Paul London and Brian Kendrick on a list.
Never.
No.
They don't make a top 50 list to me.
APA.
APA.
You know, it was a WWE list, and they put Kendrick and London over like it right
that
is or something like that.
Right. No, that's APA. Crazy. I did not.
I think they are honorable. I think they are an honorable mention, and thank you for that, Scott. I think they are 100% an honorable mention. But if in the look of, and again, let's just break it down before we get out of here. I go off of what I love and what I believe in pro wrestling. That's talent, stars, and wrestling. That's the all-encompassing body. Dice, he hates it. I focus on that so much that he's anti. I want to know what you do in the squared circle, which is kind of weird how he hates AEW just a little bit sometimes, because the square circle to his dope, because he knows in his heart
they have a big spot fest.
They're just not entertaining. But your boy Bully Ray, who you all of a sudden you love now, it's about how you do a spot face. A spot fest. He's not lying though. The Young Bucks spot fest so well, you don't even know it's a spot fest. They just do it all the time.
Where's the lie? If you have a bunch of oohs and ahs and there's a bunch of no selling, what makes the?
I don't think the Killer Bees make the list, and I don't think Money Inc. makes the list either. And a top tag team list, they're great. See, you understand something here, guys, and we're gonna get out here. Let Dice get his final thoughts. Who we like and who we recognize doesn't mean they're the best of the best. That's the difference here. Because as much as today, King Vaughn will love to say New Day and Usos, they don't go before LOD. They don't go before the Steiner Brothers, maybe, but not Usos inside that square circle. Hell no. Inside that square circle, the Usos can't lace those boys' boots, as MJF would say. They just can't. And I love the Usos. They cannot lace the Steiner Brothers' boots in a tag team match. And they're poetic genius. But I think even in a tag team match, they're not as good as the Hardy Boys in their prime, as far as fluidity is concerned. But their storyline to me and what they've done since, Right Hand Man, Usos, and their levels. Talking about onions and layers, the Usos have had more changes and kept being on top than any team I could think of in WWE history that stayed on top all these years.
Yeah.
The New Day has been the New Day and has not changed being the New Day. The Usos came in.
The Dudleys kind of had
the same gimmick changes all the time. They had the same gimmick all the time. They were who they were.
They had subtle changes to their gimmick.
They changed from the tie-dye to the camouflage. I'll say that.
That was about it. But that was because that's because Vince hated tie-dye. Yeah. I hated tie-dye. When I watched them in ECW, I couldn't stand their outfits. But what attracted me for the Dudleys in the beginning was Big Dick Dudley. When I said, what the fuck this man's name? I said, what the heck? Big Dick Dudley. Yo, ECW is crazy.
Yeah, it was wild.
Listen, Vaughn's going to get out there. Listen, guys, smash the like button. Please listen. We don't know how good this show is doing if you don't like and share. YouTube, Twitter, wherever you are, please like, subscribe.
We'll have another draft next week. We don't know yet. Maybe the worst of something.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do some bad talkers because this can go on and on and on for like a mile a minute. All right, I get in like a car and drive, and the regular smash house can still survive. Yeah, I'm old. Okay, that's special ed. I've never stopped saying the same lines. Okay. With that being said, what's the final words? And tell EA how you really feel, son. Tell them why you're mad.
EA can kiss my ass. You know who else can kiss my ass? Fuck you, Dave Meltzer. You thought I was gonna let your ass slip off today? Nah, fuck you, you goofy bitch. Fuck Ryback too. Ryback, you piece of shit. We ain't got nothing to say else about that motherfucker. But anyway, Monday Night Raw. We expecting anything good?
Oh God, no! I expect everybody who's hurt to come back sooner than later. Because right now, SmackDown was horrid on Friday night to me. It was. They
better call Mr. John Cena.
I don't like the fact they keep building Riddle to just be solely about Randy. Yeah. Right. I thought when Nakamura got hurt, I thought that's a perfect place to bring. Just keep putting in tag team partners so Randy come back. I thought that'd be, you know what I mean. So I thought, okay, Cesaro steps up next. Then Cesaro gets rolled out forever. Well, maybe not Cesaro, but whoever next. So Randy gets back. But right now, I thought the pay-per-view, which was a Raw pay-per-view, pretty much, which you pointed out, by the way, was pretty good. And so I'm excited for tonight. Will Judgment Day have another member join? What will happen with Asuka and them, and what happened from that? A lot to discuss and a lot to talk about on that for next week. So we're going to be here tonight watching Raw, and we're going to talk about it next week on the show. I am Mike Knoxxx. That is the almighty Big Kips in the chat. That is King Vaughn Jr. 720 on the Twitter. And listen, do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me, and don't love God. That's crazy. We out of here, y'all. Fingers.
Yeah, Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the Money Night Raw, what you getting in? Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, this a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You can call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping.